Hi, welcome to an inbox review of this kit. It is the Gloster Sea Gladiator in 1/48 scale by Roden. This is my entry to the Battle of Britain group build. As you can see, the aircraft on the front appears to be over Malta. That's not the version I'm building, but it is a Sea Gladiator I'm building. So this is my entry, and also Nigel Wells, hi Nige, he asked me to do an inbox of this. So there's the top of the box art. Usual bump you get in lots of different languages, explaining what the Gloster Gladiator was, a navalised version of the Gladiator, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. Repeat of the box art on the side. Here does helpfully say on the outside of the box the Humbrol numbers you'll need, and it's a skill level 4. Nothing on the back, it's just plain cardboard. So that is the box for the Gloster Sea Gladiator in 1/48 by Roden. Let's have a look inside. Well, you get 2 grey plastic sprues and 1 clear. Let's have a look at the first grey sprue. It appears to have fuselage halves, wings, horizontal stabilizers and elevators, other control surfaces, cowling, wheels, gear legs. We've got a couple of guns, and that's I believe the cockpit floor. See there, it's got recessed panel lines with recessed rivets. That white shadow there, though, sadly, that's the stress mark from an ejector pin, which I'll show you in a moment. The other fuselage half has the same detail. The wings, they have some detail on them. They're not too bad. And here's the cowling. Got some detail, some nice detail on. But I don't like this, the large lump of flash, and that is, as you can see, on other things as well. So flip it over and let's look at the inside. Because cockpit detail is important to me. Now, I'm happy that it's got ribbing there, but that ribbing is going to make removal of those ejector pin marks a bit more troublesome than it needed to be. And they're in an awkward position. That is going to affect the look of the kit if you don't remove them properly, which is a shame. Sprue 2 appears to be the option sprue. We have a set of skis. None of the versions of this kit actually have skis, so that's obviously for, I think, maybe a finished version of the same kit. It's these options here that make it a Sea Gladiator. That is a dinghy pack that goes under the fuselage, and here is its arrestor hook. You get the option for the 3-bladed and the 2-bladed propeller. So look at the engine detail. Because on a rotary or radial engine kit, that's quite important. You see a lot of it, and I've seen worse. There's other parts. The engine there, exhausts, lots of other small parts for the engine. Here's the seat if I flip it over. There. Cockpit doors with detail on again. So the clear sprue you get. The instrument panel is done in clear plastic to give you, I think, clear dials. This is the fixed part of the canopy that goes behind the pilot. There we've got 2 windshields for different versions, and here the sliding part. I don't know if you can see this, but it is actually quite scratched. They're thin, but a lot of them have got scratches on, which isn't great. Maybe a clear coat will sort that. And the transfers now. So, various RAF roundels and letters. Here we have my favourite thing, stencils. All the different aircraft represented, plenty of fin flash, Here we have transfers for the instrument panel. This one here, this one that I'll be using on my version. Other unit badges there, and then lots of different codes there. Looking at them, they're thicker than, let's say, cartograph transfer would be, and they are quite glossy, but I'm hoping they'll be okay. They look to be reasonably in register and quite neat. And the instructions, which is an A4 booklet. Various bits of information in 3 languages, all about what the Gloster Gladiator was, and the history of it, and the performance details there, some stats. We open up the instructions, and here we have some useful advice. Read the instructions carefully prior to assembly, or don't bother and just stick it together. Sprue map for the options there, and the clear. Sprue map for sprue 1. We start with assembling the cowling, and then the engine. Air filter of some sort, and the instrument panel. We then move on to wheels, both sides, and the cockpit floor. All reasonably straightforward, quite clear, not muddled up. Here we have then the main assembly of the fuselage, putting it together and sandwiching all the bits together. Assembly of the wings and other flying surfaces is next in several steps. All quite clear and straightforward. So the wings are entirely assembled before you put them on the aircraft, which is in stage 13, with everything coming together. So it's, although it's a 148 kit and it's biplane, it's pretty straightforward. It looks to be done in a few stages. Flipping the aircraft over, you will add on gun packs, dinghy pack, arrestor hook, wheels, things like that. And then the addition of the final parts, so bits for the antenna and the option of different propellers or air screws there. And then onto the options. Once again, with the Roden kit you get quite a few. Option 1, a Gloster Sea Gladiator Malta. Okay. Another one for Malta, with quite clear callouts. Fully half the booklet is dedicated to painting it. Option 3, Fleet Air Arm HMS Eagle, so a carrier-based aircraft. Another Eagle-based aircraft. The 4th option. The 5th option, the option I will be using, number 804 Squadron, Fleet Air Arm, Orkney, July 1940. Here we have Sea Gladiator, once again of 804 Squadron, Fleet Air Arm, start afloat April 1940, with option 6. Option 7, we have HMS Furious 1940, that's the one with the little bat symbol. And finally option 8, this is, there we go, Fleet Air Arm Orkney 1940 again. Okay, stencil callouts. Little tip telling you, look, they only use stencils on fresh aircraft, they were usually painted over. And then, for me, a handy rigging guide. To finish it off, colour callouts in Umbrel, testers, guns, and life colour. So that's the instructions. An inbox of this, the Gloster Sea Gladiator, in 148 by Roden. A bit of a mixed bag. There's nice bits, there's bits that could be better. I bought this mainly because it had the scheme I wanted, I don't have to buy aftermarket decals, so I spent that money on aftermarket photo etch instead because I'm crazy. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep modelling and have fun. Bye.